Competition has always been a fundamental part of why we game. From the oppositional style of Pong to the twin control setup of many arcade cabinets, battling friends in local multiplayer, or going online to see how you fare against the world, there's something about pushing your mental skills to the absolute limit that brings out a certain caliber in an individual. And then some people just take the piss. Gamers have been breaking records and challenging each other to do the same for decades, and with the Guinness World Records officially recognizing many of these, it's time to look at the peak piss takers. I'm Ben from What Culture, and here are 10 video game records that can't be broken. Number 10. Fastest time completing Final Fantasy VII without mods. The gamer known only as Kainos managed to complete Final Fantasy VII in a mind-blowing 6 hours, 44 minutes and 49 seconds, which is bloody ridiculous. His approach boiled down to the science of knowing exactly where to go at all times, manipulating the game's tracking of Cloud's footsteps to space out the various random battles, thereby freeing up some precious time and ensuring the best attack combinations were being deployed in every single battle, every single time. It took Kainos around 500 playthroughs of Final Fantasy VII to nail down every last part of this method, but his reward is being officially recognized by Guinness as a bona fide world record holder. Loser. Number 9. Beating Dark Souls with a guitar controller. Just stupid, this. Not to Benjamin Gwyn, though. Gwyn, who is presumably a Lord of Cinder, took to the idea of remapping Dark Souls' core controller inputs to that of a Rockband guitar, meaning things like the frets were used for items and attacking, while basic camera controls were placed on the pickup selector and whammy bar. Standard. Weirdly, he didn't include the ability to block in his custom setup, instead relying on dodging and sprinting away from harm to make sure he made it through in one piece. The entire run took about 11 hours, and since nobody else is going to do that, the record's safe. Someone just finished Dark Souls 3 with a bunch of bananas, though. Not joking. Look at him go. Number 8. Most time spent playing Call of Duty. Back in the day of COD 4, I'd have been right there with you, Okan, but the mad bastard from Sydney loved Call of Duty so much he played Black Ops 2 for a nigh consecutive 135 hours. Now, Okan Kaya was allowed 10-minute breaks for every hour he played, with another slight twist being that he could store up these breaks and take them all at once, meaning he could fit in some much-needed sleep after a sizable play session, but that's still utterly absurd. Okan was quoted as saying, "My hands were cramping up and I went through a lot of bandages. I even tried to pad up my controller." That's too far, mate. Too many video games. Call your mum, Okan, she's worried. Number 7. Completing 3 Mega Man games simultaneously. Good God, it's only number 7. So gamer Agwawaf, I think, decided that finishing one brutally hard Mega Man game wasn't enough, instead creating a custom setup that would not only let him play multiple entries in the series simultaneously, Mega Man X, X2 and X3, but all with the same bloody controller. This resulted in all 3 games having the same inputs, meaning he had to battle bosses in one version whilst leaping across chasms and dodging enemies in another, clocking all 3 games in just 45 minutes with their collective credit sequences playing out in unison. I once answered a phone call and poured a glass of water at the same time, so it's not that impressive. Number 6. Highest Donkey Kong score of all time. You may have heard about the likes of the original Pac-Man actually falling apart and throwing up random code on screen if you advance past its 250th level, but it is possible to play a perfect game of Donkey Kong, achieving the highest score of all time in the process. Such a thing was done by Wes Copeland, a player who's routinely held, lost, and reclaimed the Donkey Kong high score for decades, as documented in the strangely compelling documentary film King of Kong. This perfect game method results in the highest score possible, and Copeland's efforts rewarded him with a whopping 1,218,000 points, which took him a solid 3 hours and 20 minutes of ludicrously intense concentration to achieve. Wow. Number 5. 2 players teaming up to beat GoldenEye 007. 2 insane speedrunners from TheElite.net, Ryan White and Alex Anderson, paired up during a 2014 Awesome Games Done Quick livestream to see how they'd fare at taking down GoldenEye together. With White controlling movement and Anderson looking after shooting, the pair managed to beat the game in a staggering 24 minutes and 1 second, a new world record for the whole game that's yet to be beat. Like with Final Fantasy VII, there's a science to speedrunning GoldenEye. Things like keeping the viewpoint pointed away from the enemies frees up the frame rate and makes everything run smoother, saving precious seconds. You can also interrupt and skip various key characters' dialogue by attacking them mid-sentence, all in the service of battling through the game at an increasingly furious pace. Number 4. Fastest time for completing Super Mario Bros. The world of speedrunning and record breaking is cutthroat, and games are often measured in specific frames to determine an outright winner. As such, the world record for the original Super Mario Bros. Is a perfect run-through of its entire level set by Cosmic, who turned in a frankly ridiculous 4 minutes 57 seconds .194, a time that shaved 3 frames, equating to 0.5 seconds, off the prior record to claim the top spot. I actually sat there while writing the script to watch it. It's 5 minutes long and it's utterly mesmerizing. How does he do it? Number 3. Most goals scored in a game of FIFA. Being one of gaming's most lucrative annual franchises, the amount of goals scored across every installment of FIFA must be numbering into the tens of millions. But how many could you get in just one match? Well, that record was set by Patrick Hadler, a 19-year-old playing FIFA World Cup 2014, who still holds the record for highest margin of victory against the computer by absolutely thrashing his opponent 321-0. Still waiting for the computer to post an apology on Facebook, though. Number 2. Longest single session on World of Warcraft. Now, while this may feel as though it's easily beatable, bear in mind that the record pertains to consecutive playtime with 0 breaks. 29 hours and 31 minutes! Good lord, is the current world record for a single session in World of Warcraft, held by Kinumi Cat, a then 16-year-old professional cosplayer who also set the record for completing Final Fantasy X in just 38 hours and 6 minutes. Warcraft is widely regarded as one of the most addictive and enthralling games of all time, a fact backed up by the shocking story of Wu Tai, a Chinese gamer who in 2015 died following a 19-hour World of Warcraft session as he had forgone food, rest, or any sustenance in an attempt to play as much as possible. Please be careful, boys and girls. Number 1. Completing Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric in 51 minutes. The most recent death knell for Sonic Boom at least made some headlines back in 2014 when just a day after launch, speedrunner Parax discovered a bug that let him jump over entire chunks of the game. Born from playing as Knuckles, Parax found that if you pause the game while mid-jump, Sonic Boom resets the animation, allowing you to jump again. By chaining hundreds of these jumps together, he was able to leapfrog the vast majority of the game, finishing in a tidy 51 minutes. Sega have since patched Sonic Boom and removed the exploit, forcing anyone who ever wants to take Parax's crown to find a new method entirely, though that does mean playing Sonic Boom, which is, just don't. And that's our list. Make sure you subscribe to the What Culture Gaming YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. I'm Ben from What Culture, and thanks for watching.